welcome back to the Nova Show of Real Estate Records. I'm Karla Rivera. I'll be your host for today, and I have a special visitor, Richard Ortiz. I'm super excited to introduce him to you. He has been in the game for more than 14 years, originally from Venezuela, and actually Richard started building his career in 2008, right after the crash. Definitely in it for the long run, and today he's going to be sharing with us what it takes to survive all the markets since you've been in all the cycles. He's really built a name for himself just based on honesty, grit, and long-term strategy. So yeah, looking forward to hearing from you more, Richard. Thanks for being with me today.
No, super excited. Thanks for having me over. So actually, I think I started in 2006.
In 96?
No,
that's my friend, we just talked about that. That's when we got here.
No, I think actually
when he was
started
2.
No, exactly. Very young age. I actually started in 2006.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
But you rode the wave of 2008.
Yeah, that was a crazy wave.
Hey, well, you've survived it all, the pandemic, now everything we're going through.
Yeah, it's a never-ending cycle, I guess. I mean, it's just always different markets. When you think you learn something, there's always something new, you know?
Absolutely.
But again, thanks for having me over.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to be here. So
thanks for being here. Let's get right into it. My first question was actually going to be, what got you into real estate in the first place? And what was one of your biggest challenges early on in your career?
So I actually started doing loan processing. So I did the loan side for a while.
That's a good background to have in your pocket.
Yep, it helps. It continues to help right now, right? But that's how I started. And honestly, it was the money, right? At the beginning, I was processing, I think making like $300 a file. And then I would see what the agents would make. And I was like, well, maybe that's my side of the deal.
You're like, hey, I like that better.
And that's what got me interested. And then I just started doing it and ended up falling in love with it, just the interactions with the clients, you know, being able to walk into a difficult process, you know, because there's a lot of questions that people have. And for us, it might be obvious, but for them, it's just like, where do I start? How do I do this, you know? So it became a very rewarding career for me, you know, so.
I love hearing that. It's nice to be humble and knowing that just because you do it every day, other people aren't going to know the same things. I bet that would be easy to forget. So good on you.
That is true. And that's kind of when we talk to the team is like, don't forget, I mean, we do this every day. And for a first time home buyer, even to, you know, third home, there's always questions that you don't know the answer. So for us, knowing that our clients go to the signing table and they know exactly what they're signing is the best, right?
Yeah, that's great. Good communication is important in this.
Definitely. No surprises. You know, what am I signing? What numbers is this? So, but yeah.
Okay. I like that. Sounds like you went into it for one reason and then ended up getting more out of it as a whole.
Right.
So I love that for you. Well, I did want to ask, especially right now where there's so much going on with new immigration laws and things like that. How do you feel being an immigrant to the U.S. has played a role in being able to help your clients?
Tough times, right? Especially for our community. It's just so much that we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen, right? But is being able to help my clients understand what's happening. And, you know, because unfortunately, we have access to so much information.
Yeah. Well, fortunately or unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, it gets both ways, right? But with that, I mean, we have good information and information that is not even relevant, right? So you hear a little thing about something and, well, you know, people. So I just been in contact with my clients, just kind of letting them know, hey, you know, I have a lot of calls saying, hey, am I going to lose my house? If I get deported, what's going to happen, you know? So, and new buyers that just kind of, you know, just kind of say, wait, I'm going to hold on because I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, just answering questions and explaining to them what is really happening and just giving them facts is the way I've been able to help them. And they need to know, I mean, you can still buy a home even in today's days. And it's not like you're going to lose your home, if you get deported or something happens. It's an asset that it belongs to you and the government can't take away from you. So whether you're here, you're in your country,
you can still own a property. Yeah, that's very reassuring. I think a lot of people might not know that. So
yeah, so that's having an investment here that maybe becomes a rental, and you're back home, and then maybe you're getting $500 a month.
Yeah, it's still a good residual income and could be a solution for a lot of people.
Right.
So I love that. It seems like you're very grounded and probably finding it easier to explain to people than it sounds. It doesn't need to be scary.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the things that we did. I mean, we started getting educated right away, because I knew the questions were going to start.
Yeah.
And they did. And fortunately, we were able to get facts and clarity on what the scenario was presenting. So, yeah.
Good. Well, good on you. Education is the biggest key, too. And it sounds like you're staying on top of that. So kind of shifting gears because you've been through it all. I want to start with the crash since you were able to experience that. I don't know if that was luck or punishment, but you made it. So what were some of the key lessons that you took away during that time and you're still applying?
You know what? Being in that market during that time, it taught me a lot, of course, right? And one of the biggest things that I pass to my clients today is, when you go shopping for a home, when you go buy a home, focus on what you can pay or what you're comfortable paying, right? And not how much I got approved for.
Yeah.
How much you got approved for. Just because a lot of people get excited. Oh, I qualify for 600,000 or, and then, but we can make it work. We won't eat. We won't have money to go eat an ice cream, but we'll have,
You're like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah. So I pass that on to my clients.
Giving up ice cream is quite the
right?
commitment.
Can you imagine? Nothing on the weekends, just work. But it's a stressful situation, and that's what happens. That's what happened back then. I knew a lot of people that were told, "Hey, just buy the house, and rent the basement, and you'll be able to afford the payment." So things like that just don't work. If you have to count on someone else to pay your rent, your mortgage, then you shouldn't go that high. So that's one of the things that I learned.
I like the transparency. It sounds like you're in it to really help your clients gain the best benefit, whether it means buying right now or holding off. So
right. And just look at their finances, right? Just being realistic as to what we can really afford. Just because the bank says a number, that doesn't mean that that's a real number.
Yeah. Well, and I know you do a lot of future strategy pacing, so that's probably a big part of it too, right? Like their payment might be this now, but we have to consider taxes and all of those things that are continuously changing.
Exactly. Especially new construction too.
Yeah.
Those surprises that come in when they raise their taxes.
Surprises. Yeah, no, that's a really good point. Well, and I know you've been in this for quite some time. What would you say has been the biggest shift you've seen in the market while you've been in the field?
Well, we had so many scenarios. We had a pandemic, which was a crazy time where we got super great interest rates.
Yeah, busy times for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's been the craziest I think I ever.
Would you say that was more crazy than the crash?
Yeah, the thing with the crash is that you had so many homes being offered for sale, but you didn't have any buyers at all because no one could qualify. The majority of the people who were able to buy during those times were just very minimal because everyone was struggling. The entire economy, fell through and people didn't have jobs. So not a lot of people had money to buy. So you would have homes just sit there, and the majority of the homes were owned by banks.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of the difference.
Versus the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pandemic, everyone could buy. The economy wasn't hurting.
Multiple offers, things flying off the shelf in 2 days.
30,000 over asking.
Yeah.
It was cheap money, so people were able to afford it and didn't care about it. So
yeah, how do you think that's impacting our market now? Because it's shifted from that, right? Would you say it's healthier, or what's your opinion on that?
I think we're getting back to kind of to where we need to be, right? Unfortunately, I always say I think that they held the rates way too long. You know, I think a year of low rates to kind of stimulate would have been great. But, you know, as we continue on, I think we had a couple of years, maybe 2.5 years.
Yeah, we've broken that 3-year mark where we usually see a
Yeah.
pivot, right?
And that actually hurt the market, especially here in Salt Lake, right? Just because a lot of people want to hold on to their homes. They're
Yeah.
either they're stuck with their home because they can't afford anything else, or they just become rentals, right? So that cycle that we used to have where a buyer will come in and keep their home for 2-3 years max, sell it and buy something bigger.
It's now a little bit longer.
Right.
Yeah.
So, or it doesn't exist just because people are going to hold on to them. You know, if I have my townhome at a 3% rate and my payment is $1,200 and I can rent it for $2,200, why would I sell it? You know?
Absolutely.
So what that's created in this market is scarcity. So we don't have a lot of homes that come on, and that keeps our prices up. But it is healthier, I think, right now. I think it's more realistic as to.
Yeah. Well, and I've seen a mix where some homes are getting multiple offers, and then there are some that are sitting back at that 4-month mark. I know, like 10 years ago, that 6 months was even normal. So
Right.
people just forgot those times.
Well, during the crash, I mean, I would do a search for homes, and out of 50 homes, maybe 2 were not short sales.
Oh, wow. So almost all of them were.
Yeah, like 95% of the homes out on the market were short sales.
So then you've got quite some experience there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in that sense, short sales, foreclosures, I did a lot of work with.
Do you see them much now or not really?
Actually, we just got one accepted today for short sale. Yeah,
wow.
We submitted it was a multiple offer, and we got it accepted.
Good for you. Congrats.
Yeah, excited. No, but you don't see it as much, again, because the short sales come when people can't pay their homes, but
there's more solutions now that people know of.
But if your mortgage is $1,600 a month and you're going to lose your home, where do you go? You know, an apartment right now
is at least $2,100. Yeah,
exactly. So
I think.
No, that's around.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
Let's go
we
with
just
that.
rented a unit, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath out in Harriman. It was about $1,950.
Oh, okay, and that's probably a great price.
It is.
Yeah,
it is good. I heard crazy stuff. So
good. Okay, well, let's shift a little bit again. I know that you've really built your name and brand just on honesty and those long-term strategies and grit, but how do you stay authentic with your clients even when the market's challenging, like right now, or the crash, the pandemic?
I think just being honest, trying to relate what I learned, and just I think honesty to me, not worrying about a commission, right? I think
I love that.
One thing that I, again, tell the team is, like, for us, it's a commission, right? But for a client, it's a big financial decisions that could actually take him into a good path or, into a really, really bad one, So if we, at least for me, put in my commission aside to make sure that my clients get the best, is always my number one goal, right? So with my clients nowadays, it's just, again, honesty and just telling them how it is, right? I mean, you can buy this house or you can buy the other one, whatever, or you don't have to buy it right now. Maybe you're not ready, So with keeping it real, I guess, with the clients, it's just that, being honest and not worried about, hey.
Yeah, well, and that I'm sure that helps create more trust where you aren't pushing them to make a decision. It's more based on, let's see what the facts are and where you are, and then make a decision.
Yeah, it does. It does build rapport, I mean, me telling a client, hey, don't buy this house because, this sucks, per se.
And that's refreshing, I'm sure, versus when we go into a store and they're like, how can I help? Do you want this?
This is the best. This is the best.
Yeah, you're like, whoa.
So,
Take a step back. Yeah.
So, but like you said, I mean, to me, honesty is the most important thing. And I think it's what's going to help our clients succeed in the future. I've been orienting myself more into investing, helping my clients invest. So
that's awesome. And how are you doing that? Like, are you partnering with them on investments, or tell me a little bit more about it?
No, not really, but I'm helping them, identify what a good investment is, kind of what to look for when you're looking to invest in real estate.
And are we talking long-term investments or fix and flip? What specifically?
The majority are more long term,
Okay.
more
To give those rental options.
exactly. So to be able to have some real estate, keep, have a rental, keep the asset, property's paying itself off. I
Nice.
mean, so it works out for everyone. And I help them out with everything. I help them find tenants, all these other.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, you're taking it from A to Z. Love
Yeah.
it.
So you're trying to take that fear away and showing them that they can,
Yeah.
have investments. Especially, I love it because I help out a lot of the Hispanic community, and to be able to see, our community be able to invest and,
Of
take that
course.
forward.
And just create that generational wealth.
Correct.
I love it. Okay, so since we're talking about this and how resourceful you are, what do you think is a big myth on real estate agents that we can bust right now?
I don't know. That's a broad question. How about you tell me one that you think and now?
Okay, well, I don't know if it's a myth, but I've heard a lot of people thinking that it's just not necessary anymore to hire realtors because you can find everything online and, so on. So what do you think is important about still hiring a real estate professional?
I'll answer that with, you can find a lot of information of how to, heal the wound, right? Or if you cut yourself, you can sew yourself up. Why do you want to go to a doctor?
I couldn't sew myself
no,
up, but
you'll pass out.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be dead. It's fine.
Just let me go. But that's a harsh one. But why would you want a professional helping you? Is because they done this, over and over again, and they've seen scenarios that you have never seen it because it maybe is your first time,
Mm-hmm.
So having someone that you can rely on and they can give you their experiences and share what they know about buying a home, is completely worth it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go into a home and yeah, what you're looking at a home and, oh, I love this home. I love the rooms and they're huge rooms. And then I had this happen, what do you want in a home? Oh, I want big bedrooms. And okay, so we go to this house, huge bedrooms. And then you have a tiny, small family room. So I asked, so where do you spend the majority of your time? In the family room. So then why are you looking for big bedrooms, So just little things that as a buyer or someone that doesn't have the experience.
Yeah,
You
wouldn't
wouldn't-
be able to point that out.
Yeah.
Like, hey, is this also a priority?
Right.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
Well, and that's kind of more of a human connection, right? Because here's a myth for you, actually, that just came to mind is with AI, how are we staying in business or, but I think that human connection is something that's always going to be needed.
right. And that's a good point. AI, like I said, you can get anything and I use it all the time, but that human connection and there's things that, that are different and you might not find it there, or it's just something that to talk to someone that's gone through the same experience over and over and they know what's going on and they know they can read what the other side is thinking about so you can get better results, better negotiations,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you can, replace.
Unless you practice it every day. Absolutely.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I like it. All right. Well, and then let's talk about kind of just what goes on in the back end, right? I think people see you and, of course, you're opening doors, you're answering calls, you're negotiating. But as far as just preventing burnout, what are you doing in this industry? What's like some of your daily routines to help you stay motivated?
Whew. It is hard sometimes.
That many, huh?
I wish. I found that it's important to exercise. So,
Yeah.
I play a lot of soccer.
Nice.
I've been playing soccer.
Is there a specific team you go for?
Real Madrid in
Okay.
Spain. So, yeah, that's my team.
That's great. My mom's from Spain.
Oh, really?
We're going to get along just fine.
Perfect. I love Spain. But, playing sports and not, knowing when to stop, because in this industry, you probably get a text at 10 p.m.
Right.
What's up with this or what's up with that? So I mean,
one being a problem solver, the instinct is to
yeah,
get on it right away. I bet.
let me just pull my phone out, and
Yeah.
again, the phone is a blessing and a curse too, you know.
Absolutely.
But that's the things that I found, you know, exercising and limiting myself as to when to answer and when not.
Yeah. Or just creating healthy boundaries, would you say?
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, I mean, and I went through it, you know, I burned out. I think right after pandemic, it was a tough time for me. I kind of got away from a lot of things, and, you know, it sucks, you know.
Yeah,
but
it sucks for sure. But I think also it's not good to have experienced that, but at least it made you aware of
exactly
what you need to do to avoid that from happening. And
right.
Let's be honest, we probably all experienced a little bit of burnout during the pandemic with everything that was going on.
I know. It was crazy. I mean, it was busy. It was, I never seen it like that before, you know, but yeah, and traveling, you know, I love the beach.
Oh, yeah.
So we were just talking about, you know, Puerto Peñasco, and then I like to go a lot to Puerto Morelos, which is by Cancun.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I love that.
I've been there, but I'm sure it's wonderful.
You would love it.
Yeah. So you travel a lot?
Yeah, try to. So at least
that's great.
2 to 3 times a year if I can. So
I love that. I always have thought that traveling is the best way to learn because you're there and you have to integrate with whatever is going on, whether it's the language, the food, the traditions.
Yeah, just experiencing another culture altogether is amazing. So.
That's kind of how real estate is, right? You're like, you just have to be in it, in the transaction, in the negotiations, checking the inspections to learn what's happening.
You got to live it and feel it.
Yeah.
I know. So.
Eat, sleep, breathe it, dream it. Probably at this point, you're negotiating in your dreams.
You wake up, you're doing numbers.
No, the appraisal said this. Can you imagine?
But it's funny because sometimes I wake up, I was like, oh, I should do this and that, you know.
Of course. Like, the golden hour, you pull out your journal, you're like, I can't forget.
I know. So a lot of good deals have come out of that. Like me waking up, I was like, oh, I have this other property, I'm going to do this, do that, you know.
I love that you haven't ignored it, though, because so many of us are like, I'm tired, I'll remember this tomorrow, and then we don't.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
It's at the moment, so yeah.
Good. Well, I love that. Good for you to tap in. Okay, so I know we see trends changing all the time, not just in real estate, but what trends are you seeing with technology that you feel are going to disrupt our industry for the next 5 years?
Well, you know, AI, one of them, you know, people jumping on AI and just asking questions, thinking,
and I love that you said you are using that to help rather than seeing it as a competition or a problem.
Oh, no, we have to. I mean, I love it. I mean, it helps me do a lot new tasks a lot faster. You know? But it could be a problem because a lot of people are going to jump on there and they're going to ask a couple of questions and they're going to think, okay, well, I'm an expert now. You know, I don't need anyone. And that could be an issue. And it's like going back to, you know, stitching yourself up, you know.
It's like I could do it, but the results might not be great.
Am I going to pass out in the middle of it?
Or get an infection and die.
Exactly. So, I mean, but I think that's one of the things that I think is, you know, kind of affect our industry a little bit with those people that, you know, ChatGPT does it all, you know, kind of thing. But other than that, I mean, online is great because everyone has access to every property that is out there, you know, so it's more transparency. But other than that, I mean, right now, I think that's the biggest one coming up.
It's just like the online social media or like the AI.
The AI part. Yeah. No, to me, I mean, the social media, I love social media, you know, especially, you know, sharing information and having all our buyers have access to all the properties, you know, that they can just go in there and
I know
look.
We are lucky. I mean, when you started in the industry, it wasn't that way at all, huh?
No. I remember having
Did they still have the book back then?
No.
Oh,
we had the MLS on the computer.
Okay, at least.
So we would print, and I used to print every MLS sheet out, give it to the clients, and I heard about the book. I never saw the book. That's way beyond.
Those were different times.
I'm not that old yet.
I wasn't there for it, but I can only imagine.
But I remember no GPS.
Yeah.
So
dang.
MapQuest. You will print out the map and you're like, okay,
oh my gosh,
all right, I can find
this
this.
is pirate times.
Yeah. And winter time,
Yeah,
6 p.m.
oh
at
man.
night,
And
everything.
it's pitch black already.
Yep, those were fantastic times.
Yeah, well, cool. I mean, I love that you've had the experience in it though, because I'm sure nowadays it's makes it easier. You tap in, you go,
You're
you've
ready,
already, yeah, you're probably multitasking along
As
the
we
way.
all do, yeah.
Well, I love that. Okay, so I know in our industry we have a lot of real estate professionals and people are pivoting, right? Whether they're focused on investments, commercial, residential. What would be some of the, or your main advice you would give a new agent entering into this industry?
The first thing I would say is the biggest is put your commission second. Honestly, I mean, let's be honest. A lot of people jump into this because it's easy money, right? But
it looks easy.
It looks
yeah.
easy. You're a real estate agent, huh? You do whatever you want.
You
whenever you
just
want.
travel though, don't you?
That's all we do, and answer the phone. So, but I think is put your commission second, and then worry about your clients. And once you do that, and you put the money aside, everything will flow. I mean, people will come to you because you generally want to help them out.
Yeah. Well, and I say this often, also because I hear it often. But energy is a transfer, right? And I think money is just an example of that.
That's right.
So the better service you are providing, obviously that will flow.
Exactly.
It seems like you understand that.
I believe in that. Energy is everything. So what we put out there is what we're going to get back,
I love it. Well, your clients are very lucky to work with someone like you that is giving them the priority. So
I try
good
all
to
the time.
hear.
So
Good.
Trying to make them grow.
Love. And I can see that you're helping get them involved with investments. It's not just, hey, yeah, you bought a home or you sold a home. You're helping get them educated, and that goes a long way.
Yeah, I mean, I think anyone can sell a home, honestly. I mean, but being able to advise a client.
But can they successfully?
Exactly.
And right? Benefit for everyone. Yeah.
Exactly, that making sure that they're getting something that is going to be beneficial for their financials in the future. That's where it really gets tricky. Not just you like the home, just buy it. Just buy that one because I don't want to show you any more homes. So any new agents should get away
we
from
call
that
being huevones.
I see.
Right. We'll let you guys figure that out. No. Just the easy way out. Okay. Well, I know success can look a lot of ways, right? But what does success look like for you in the next 3 years?
For me,
and not just financially, but just in all areas.
Being able to grow my portfolio, my personal property portfolio. That's one of my main goals. And the other one is, making sure, because we're building a team,
Yeah.
So making sure that we can, reach out to not just our Hispanic community, which is really a lot of my main focus, right? I mean, I'm a first generation immigrant, and it was tough for me. And I can't imagine just for my mom coming from a different financial background, all this whole different system. And my goal is to help, people like myself grow financially, understand the financial system, understand why it's important to stop renting and buying a property. My success to me is being able to reach out to more people and see their success, whether it's with an investment property or, maybe now they're investing in a Roth IRA or, anything that will help them get ahead and be able to use the system or, be with the system here in the States. So when they get older,
there's a future. Yeah.
Yeah. So, or teach their kids, things like that.
Yeah. Well, I love that. It seems like your mindset is a lot about abundance and just helping everyone grow, and you're growing along the way. I love it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Put it that way. That's true. I mean, I think that's the most rewarding thing you can have, seeing someone, your family, someone you care for, or clients, because you end up.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. I feel like your clients do evolve into your friends and family.
Yeah, exactly.
And in our culture, that's common too. The Latino culture really brings you in, and
That's true.
You're there for life.
You have a bunch of tias and tios. And so,
yeah.
But yeah, that's true. I mean, that to me, I think that would be what success looks for me. And then hopefully eventually just, retiring and moving to Mexico and living by the beach.
Yeah. Puerto Peñasco, or where are we meeting at? Just kidding. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's success for me. I mean, being able to help more people go, move up financially, and then having a nice retirement or future.
Well, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I think it's important to know why we do what we do, and that also is a motivation for daily
we
success,
need a purpose.
Right? Yeah, it's like, let me
purpose.
remember why I'm doing this. So I love that. I do want to just kind of open the time. Is there anything else you want to share, or maybe even tell us where we can follow you and get in touch with you? I know people would love to keep learning from you.
Well, my Instagram page at Utah Homes OP, that's our brand. So they can always, go through there and reach out. We're everywhere. So we're trying to help as many people as we can come up.
I love that. And so, you really can cover all of Utah. Is there anywhere else that you help people?
No, I mean, basically we try to stay within Salt Lake, Utah County, Weaver County. I went as far as a town called Gunningston.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But we try to stay local just because it's not this. I can't advise someone too far out in the reality of their market, right? Because as soon as you start stepping out of your boundaries, it's kind of hard to know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you've specialized in these areas. So that's great. That's good to know what you're good at.
Yep. So no, as far as buy homes with me, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, we heard that.
No, but, just wanted to thank you again for having me over. I love doing this kind of stuff. So hopefully in the future, we can do more, and then we can hopefully reach more people, and we can help more people.
Absolutely. I think there's a big opportunity for us, and just keep reaching out to our community. Like you said, I love what you're doing, and I really appreciate your time.
No, thank you guys for having me again, and then we'll be talking soon.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you next time.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please rate us, like us, and share this podcast with our real estate community. The Nova Show Real Estate Record, sharing raw stories of real estate failures, lessons, wins, and successes. This is all from Novation Title, bringing a different experience into your world so that we can all uplift each other. Until next time.